All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Vays. Let's go straight to the charts and see what's going on. Thank you to those that joined us on Spaces last night. It was a smaller crowd because I did it from the Financial Summit Twitter handle and not the Tone Vays handle. All right, weekly chart. Not a great candle, but we are significantly above the lows that we had last week. There was a good question in Spaces last night that I usually say the bottom is in when you only have a few hours to buy the ultimate low and you don't get a week to think about it. To me, this fits the criteria. Once we go to a daily chart, you'll see it a little bit better, but clearly you did not have a week to buy Bitcoin between 17,500 and 19,500. You did get another chance to buy Bitcoin below 20,000 earlier this week, but that was about it. So this might still be the low, but once we get anywhere near this vicinity, then it's very likely this low is going to be broken and we go significantly lower. The daily chart, again, on the daily chart, you can see that you had less than 1 day to buy between 17,500 and 20,000. You had less than 1 day the first time, and then you got a little bit of a chance to buy it just under 20,000. Sorry, it's not the daily chart, it's the 4-day chart. I'll go to the daily chart in a second. On a 4-day chart, you had just a couple of days to buy it below 20,000, and then again, just a few hours in the current 4-hour candle. Because we have a nice shadow at the bottom of this candle, we're going to stick with our bullish position, and we're not going to deviate from this position yet. Now we get to the daily chart. Here we go. The daily chart is not as clean, but you had about 1 day to buy Bitcoin from the $17,500 area all the way to 20,000, because this fell in the middle of the day and it rebounded by the middle of the next half day. If these were 12-hour candles, you would see this a little bit cleaner. I could probably check the 12-hour candles. Right. So based on the 12-hour candles, you had less than 24 hours to buy Bitcoin between 17,500 and 20,000. Okay, so that's less than 24 hours to buy the dip for under 20,000. And then you had one more shot by a few hours to buy just below 20,000. This does fit my criteria of how markets reverse. Completely fits the criteria of how markets reverse. Now, if we break this low, if the market breaks this low, I think we are going significantly lower. And by significantly, I mean you will get a chance to buy. Well, will is a strong word. If we break this low and we close, say, a 4-hour candle below it, if we close a 4-hour candle below 19,500, I believe there is a high probability that you will get a chance to buy Bitcoin below 17,500. It may not be a very long window to buy Bitcoin below 17,500, but I do believe there will be a noticeable difference between 17,500 and wherever the bottom is. Could be at 16, could be at 15, could be at 13, could be at 3,000, could be at 1,000. I have no idea, right? But I think there will be a significantly lower price for you to buy Bitcoin at. You may not have a lot of time to buy that low. You may only have a few hours once again, but you may have just, let's say, a few hours to buy Bitcoin at 13,000, but a few weeks to buy Bitcoin at 15,000. Just like right now, you only had a few hours to buy Bitcoin below 19,000, but you now have an entire week to buy Bitcoin at around 20,000. That's generally how markets bottom. And that's what you have to realize and adjust your positions accordingly. To answer the question, should you buy now in the live chat, that's really up to you. You also had said you trust extension B and C for tops and A for bottoms, as markets usually fall faster and it rises. That's a very good point. That is a good point. That is perhaps why extension A has historically been the time for Bitcoin to bottom. Once again, this is probably my best. I should just tweet out some of these clean charts sometimes. So you can see how extension A was the low in the market in 2018, and extension A was the low in the market twice in 2015. And we did not have any extensions in the COVID drop because it was too fast. It was too fast to get you any extensions. That's a really, really good point. Can I see if there was an extension here? So there was no weekly extension A here. How close? We must have come super close. I'm surprised we didn't get an extension A. I'm actually curious. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the go to button. No, the replay button. And I'm gonna stick it here. I wanna see if I get my, okay, and now I could go to the indicator, to the MRI indicator, and display extensions. I'm gonna just display extension A. Details. Oh, I know what happened. There were no extension A. Oh, that sucks. The reason there were no extension A's is because the closing price of this candle did not breach the closing price of that candle. So it did not kick off any extension A's. That was the cause. Oh man, that sucks. That really sucks. See, you can see it right here that this was still an MRI buy, but it did not kick off any extensions. It was the weakest of the MRI buys. It was the weaker of the MRI buys. It's kind of ranked in 3 stages. This is the weakest of the 3. So it would have had the least amount of probability to change your price. So we can do this by hand, and we can kind of see where extension A would have been. So let me stop this. Confirm, yes. All right, the hell just happened? Hold on, I'm really curious. I'm gonna bore everyone right now. I didn't want this video to be long, but it's about to be. Oh God, we gotta go all the way to 2011. Okay, here we are. So I can do it by hand. So had this price closed a smidge lower, had this price closed below this green line, what would have happened was this candle would have been the first in the extension A. This would have been second. This would have been third. This would have been skipped. This would have been skipped. Would have been fourth, fifth, sixth, skipped, nope, seventh, skipped, skipped, eighth. We still would not have made it. We still would not have made it. Let me just double check. Yeah, it only would have been the eighth. Still too quick of a bear market on a weekly scale. We still wouldn't have made it. Oh, well, so we didn't get the 2011 one, but we got the others. So if this is the ultimate low of this bear market, that would solidify extension A as a consistent factor in identifying a potential end to a bear market. All right, let me look at some of your other comments. The U.S. Helsinki Commission. What is a U.S. Helsinki Commission? Is having a conference right now on how to break up Russia. Oh, yeah, no, I'm aware of that. Yeah, yes, I'm aware of that. The U.S. is openly having like educational workshops on how to break up Russia. Imagine if Russia had or China had an open professional military or their intelligence agency workshop on how to break up America. Wouldn't Americans lose their shit enough to start like bombing places? Yeah, I agree. This is insane. Look, I really want to retweet a lot of this political stuff, but I can't. I really can't. I'm doing my best to salvage. I'm doing my best to be as politically neutral as possible for the sake of my conferences, but it's looking very, very likely that after these two financial summits, I'm just going to say fuck it, and my channel is going 100% political, and maybe once a week I'll talk about trading. Like it's becoming a much bigger pressing issue. So we'll see where this channel goes. I know I'm going to lose like the half of my audience that remains, which is 25% of my audience that I had in 2017. But I'm probably going to pick up 100 times more people on my political channel than I ever did in my crypto channel. So let's move on. Speaking of the financial summit, this castle is fully rented out. I can't get my money back. So we are going ahead with the financial summit in the Dominican Republic, August 1 to 6th, just over 1 month away. So come and join us at this incredible venue with other traders and financial professionals. You can follow us on Instagram. We are posting cool stories and posts mostly about the fun you have outside of the conference room where we talk trading and investing. I will probably start posting parts of my educational trading videos on the Financial Summits YouTube channel, so you want to follow that, and you also want to follow our Twitter page. Keeping an eye on the candidates tournament. After everyone tied yesterday, the friend of the show, Rajabov, will play Rapper. I'm not sure what country Rapper's from. I forgot. Sorry. He's not American. These two guys are American, Kurana and Nakamura. And that's another tough game. Everything's a tough game. I think he's the lowest ranked player in this entire tournament. He's currently tied for last with 3 other players. And Nepo is solely in first place by having 2 wins and no losses. So Rappert has tied every single game so far in this tournament. He's 4 for 4 on draws. So if Rajabov wins this game, he's back with a chance to finish, and he's back with a chance to, well, winning is going to be challenging, but not finishing in the bottom half would still be impressive. Oh, these are the chess live streams. Okay, daily chart. Nope, not daily chart. That's a 12-hour chart. We're going to move this to a daily chart. Daily chart, we have a new low in place. Almost. We still have 10 hours to go. I think we have a new low in place. This is our new Mendoza line. We go below this line today. I am giving up on this being the low. We really need to hold off this low. Today is a super important day for the price of Bitcoin. A really important day. So if we can close today at a new swing daily close, I will be very bullish. So this is our new channel, our new very short-term daily channel. We need a higher closing high, and we need to avoid the breach of the swing low. And honestly, if we breach the swing low at some point today, the probability that we close below it is also super high because we only have 10 hours left in this candle. So more than half the candle's time has already passed, okay? And we still haven't breached it yet. So this is our, this needs to be cluttered with arrows. If we can close above the purple line, I am back to being bullish. If we don't close above the purple line, I am back to being bearish. And for the rest of the day, I'm pretty neutral. So these are basically my views. We got to this line. I must have drawn it yesterday, saying we need to get above this line and close above this line for me to be bullish. And look what happened. We hit the line for a double top and we reversed down. These double tops are meant to be broken. And this is very good support of the moving averages, way better support than this thing was yesterday. So there is a higher probability that we will break out from these levels. It's always the wrong color. That we will break out from these levels. Now, we do have to watch the stock market in order to gauge whether we will or won't break out. I still believe in the stock market rebounding off of this MRI buy that took place on Monday. Monday was a holiday. If we go to the cash market and we put this on a one-day chart, our MRI buy could be at a different place. It may not even be there because of the break in the action due to a holiday. No, the MRI buy was there, but it was one of those very weak MRI buys, like the one that I showed you in Bitcoin back in 2011. This is an MRI buy that does not complete the count. It flips the count to be bullish within the candle. That is a very weak MRI buy, but that's also because the futures market was trading the day before, but the cash market was not. Yes, I am in a bullish position right now on Bitcoin. Correct. I am. I really am. I really am in a bullish position of Bitcoin in GBTC because I am still dumbfounded that GBTC premium is at a 30% discount. GBTC discount is 30%. I am still dumbfounded by this. if this destroys my entire trading position because I've picked the wrong asset to buy into Bitcoin with, so be it. That is the risk that I am willing to take. But I think it is insane that an asset that is fully backed by Bitcoin is trading at a 30% discount. This is crazy. Now, I don't know what the plans are for Grayscale to fix this, but they eventually have to fix it. Like, imagine if you are holding, I don't even know how to make an analogy for this. I really don't know how to make an analogy for this. This asset is fully backed by gold. It's only losing 2% per year. And it's been down 30% for over a year. It started off kind of slow and then it accelerated. Like even here, I thought this was crazy that the GBTC discount is 20%. It needs to come back to par, and it still hasn't come back to par yet. So that's a 30%. Whoever sells GBTC now, in my opinion, I could be wrong. The whole thing could have been hacked. There could be no backing of this asset whatsoever. Like, I don't know what's going on under the hood. I have no idea. So they don't sell to rebalance. This is the important part. They sell to take their 2% profit. They can't sell to rebalance. They just can't. That's not how I understand it to work. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, I can be wrong. No, I understand why it is. I just think that it's crazy that no one wants to arbitrage this 30% away. Right, it has a 2% fee. So the underlying Bitcoin of GBTC sells 2% of its Bitcoins per year, but just 2%. So the value of GBTC shares should be dropping just 2% per year. I personally think Bitcoin can make more than 2% per year, right? I wish I was more like back in the day, back in the early days here, I was actually critical of that 2% fee. And instead, I was an idiot, right? Like GBTC right here, the premium on GBTC here was 100%. It hit 100%. You can see it right there. The GBTC premium was 100% right here. So when Bitcoin is worth $20,000, GBTC shares were worth $40. So it was double. So it's the equivalent of selling your Bitcoin for $38,000 when the market rate of Bitcoin is just 19. It was literally double. And a lot of people took advantage of that. I didn't, because I was, at the time I was like, I didn't get in actually. I was getting too picky with my entries and I didn't get in it. Then I thought I missed the boat on GBTC and I thought the premium was too high and I didn't want to pay the 20% premium on GBTC. And then it turns out 20-30% premium on GBTC was insanely low because it went to 100%. I mean, back here it went to 120%, 130%. Now it's the opposite. Too many people try taking advantage of the premium, and now it's at a discount, and people have no choice. They need dollars. They are forced to sell their GBTC, and I can wait. I have the time. I can wait. I'm not that old. I still got years to go. This is a retirement play. It is literally in my retirement account. And I'm pretty sure GBTC will be back to a 0% premium sometime before I'm allowed to withdraw money from that account anyway. I still have over 20 years to go. Right, the 2% fee is also greater than the 10% inflation, correct. So to answer the question, yes, I am in a bullish position. But a lot of that decision has to do with the fact that GBTC is at a 30% discount, which is insane. Oil is rebounding back. There go your hopes and dreams of inflation being tamed. As oil breaks out to the upside, inflation will go through the roof. I did not watch the crucifying of Jerome Powell. If I was Jerome Powell, I would let them have it. I would just go nutso on the politicians who are 98% responsible for the inflation. I'm not saying the Fed is not to blame. The Fed has its blame, mostly pre-Powell days, some Jerome Powell days, but the majority of the blame for the current inflation problems is not the Fed policy. It's the fiscal policy of the United States government. Okay, I got my moderators. I keep ignoring my moderators. They sent me some stuff. Thanks, Brian. Have you ever looked at the G? Oh yeah, no. I talked about that. I already talked about GBTC. Oh, hey guys, there's going to be another stream on this channel. It is currently 10 a.m. Eastern time. In 3 hours at 1 p.m. Eastern time, I will be dialing into Pork Fest, an event that I've been involved in and attended for the last 3 to 4 years, but not this year because it's just too much work. So I needed a better workstation. But we will be streaming with the people at Pork Fest. We're going to do a cool panel about Bitcoin and liberty and maybe politics. I don't know. So tune back into this channel. Also, right now on Spaces, Swan is doing their thing on Spaces. If I go to tovays.com, how do I go to tovays.com? Should update my website. Can I go to tovays.com? Oh, I can't go to tovays.com. That's funny. There should be a tovays.com link here because that takes the drop down. Okay, so there's no tovays.com. All right, well, you guys know how to get there. All right, I'll go to tovays.com. Why was I going to tovays.com? Oh, yeah. Affiliates. I don't even show this. Swan, great company to dollar cost average into your Bitcoin. They do an amazing Spaces on Twitter every day, 10 a.m. Eastern. It's just started. I may hop in there after the show is over, and the show is winding down. Gold, basket case, don't care. Oh, beautiful. Should we take a look at the 10 a.m. reversal situation? Oh, nope, that's Bitcoin. Let's go to the stock market. Stock market futures. This is our candle that almost ended at 10 a.m. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go to a lower level time frame. Let's go to 5 minutes. So let's go to 1 minute. Why not? Let's see how close we got to the 10 a.m. reversal. So right here at 9:53, we started reversing. And by 9:55, we were up. This happened a few 2 minutes too early. A few 2 minutes too early. Had this started happening like 2 or 3 minutes later, as a trader, back when I used to trade, day trade futures on the S&P, the 10 a.m. reversal trade, I would have been all over it. This was the candle right about to be 10 a.m. I might have already recognized it. I might have taken a swing at this trade right here to the upside, trading the 10 a.m. reversal with a stop loss right below these lows, because that would have been a very reasonable stop loss. A little high, a little on the high side. I did not want to risk 8 points in the S&P when I was trading this. I really wanted to keep this loss to under 5 S&P points. 7/8 pushing it. But then again, markets are more volatile these days. So almost a 10 a.m. reversal, as close to a 10 a.m. reversal as you can get, reversing at 9:53. 9:53. So let's see if this reversal takes us to the top. A break of yesterday or this morning's swing high would do us very, very well. And it will do Bitcoin very, very well as well. I don't know on the MicroStrategy question, guys. What is GBTC? I'm not getting into that right now. We should talk more about adverse vaccine events. Yeah, but I can't risk this channel being banned. I just can't risk this channel being banned. You guys know my views on vaccines. I've had that view from day one. And no one can call me an anti-vaxxer because I had 4 vaccines done in January of 2020. If I knew then what I know now, I would have never done any of those vaccines. But then I wouldn't have been able to get to Panama from Brazil without that yellow fever. But you can't call me an anti-vaxxer. So, but you guys know my views on this particular vaccine. You guys know my views on the election. You guys know my views on the BLM situation. You guys know my views on the COVID lockdowns, vaccine situation. And you guys now know my views on the Ukraine situation. So I put all that together, and there ain't no way in hell my YouTube channel is not getting banned. And every time I take one of these positions, I lose more and more subscribers. Well, January 2020 was long before the COVID vaccine. It was actually before the lockdowns. All right, that is it for me. Check out the MRI alert service. If the MRI indicator is something you're interested in, you can purchase it at tonevays.com, products and services MRI indicator. And please follow the Financial Summit on social media like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and consider joining us in the Dominican Republic. All right, guys, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. And now that people are leaving, I forgot to mention the zombie apocalypse, which this is already closed. It's too late. It looks like there is an opening for the soldiers to escape with their lives, but this opening is not there. Unfortunately, for the soldiers, they're done. And they should have left this area a week ago when they had the chance, but now, unfortunately, they can't. So here's where we are. Remember, this website is Western-leaning, pro-Ukraine website. So they are very quick to remove the red when there is even a rumor that Ukraine has pushed the Russians back. And they wait for like a week to add the red when, after the Russian version of this map has clearly shown evidence that they have taken an area. So this white space, this was actually already gone when I was showing it yesterday. And yesterday the red was only here. And today you see how it's closing in. But in reality, this has already been closed for a few days. And this goes to show you how this map is not doing Ukrainians any good, because this is the Ukrainian version of the map. And it could be showing them, hey, you still have a chance to escape, when in reality, they don't. So this is one of the reasons that is making it very challenging for the Ukrainians to win this, war, because the information they're given to themselves is hopium bullshit quite often that puts their lives at risk. And now the zombie apocalypse, as I explained yesterday, is going to start to close in on this area, and this has a lot of Ukrainian soldiers. So if they don't retreat probably all the way to here, they will get completely surrounded. Once this is surrounded, this is likely to get surrounded. And then they're screwed. This is high ground to this. It's not high ground to this. So it's a valiant effort not to retreat and give up your life. But I don't know. I guess I have a slightly opposite view on that. But it's not the movie 300. It's real life. No, I'm not going to say anything else on Lithuania. I already said it yesterday. I don't think anything has changed. I don't think anyone in Lithuania has woke up and added a brain cell. So it is what it is. Yeah. Ben Stiller should get the band back. What was that movie? Tropic Thunder? Maybe they can go in and they can solve the problem. No, there's still a road. There's still a road for, I think there's like one road for these guys to get away. And once that road is surrounded, that's it. And remember, they don't need to actually surround. This is not a long distance. So there's plenty of artillery they can use to just bomb anything that moves this way. Like, they don't need to close this off. They just need to take this area and this town, and that's it. And there's no way for them to escape, because these are also high points. So the moment anything is moving, it'll just get bombed. I think it's almost over. I think it might actually be too late, because I don't know how inaccurate this map is. It's possible that there was way more red all the way to here and all the way. They could have already taken this town. If they've taken this town, that's it. These guys don't even have the option to escape anymore. They're done. Yeah, you really want to see yesterday's morning show. I mostly talked about Lithuania. All right, guys. That's it. That's it for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.